Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro. We're recovering from the Golden Globe nominations, and we have to predict the Critics' Choice right now because they're on Wednesday. We don't even have any time.
You have to watch it on Tuesday so that you evaluate what we think, and then you have to actually watch the Critics' Choice reactions on Wednesday.
And the first question I guess we have is, how much will the Golden Globe nominations influence our Critics' Choice? Because I think we need to be a little bit careful here. Because there are times where we think, well, obviously I'm just going to put in everybody who got who was in at Globes. But I think there are some opportunities to put in things that didn't get at Golden Globes for sure.
Yeah.
And also the Golden Globes this year, they proved that this additional 100 voters, in addition to last year's 100 voters, this is some kind of tipping point towards them embracing international films and not just going gung-ho for whatever George Clooney is in. So they're a little different, and honestly I think that we're gonna like them better than the Critics' Choice. I don't want to take my optimism from the Golden Globes.
I can't really like the Golden Globes less than Critics' Choice, right? Because I like them a lot.
Right.
Unless the Critics' Choice, maybe they do Jonathan Glazer and director. I guess there's 10 slots for director now, so that could happen. But really, it's do I put Zone of Interest into Critics' Choice now that the Golden Globes did it? And I'm going to say, that doesn't necessarily apply.
The Critics' Choice, at least you can say this about them. They have precursors, too. They have, HCA, they have Washington, they have all the critics groups, many of them overlap.
Yeah.
And
especially HCA was pretty similar last year.
I mean, the Zone of Interest, a lot of the critics groups are ignoring it. Yeah. And then some of them are really embracing it. I mean, LA film critics, Boston film critics went really hard for it.
Yeah.
St. Louis critics gave it some nominations. So it's very hard to tell how this is going to do here. It's really hard for me to tell.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go, the Golden Globes did, the Critics' Choice did. But the Critics' Choice, we know them to be copycats. So they just do what they think is happening right now and what's kind of buzzy and what they know is getting an awards campaign.
They didn't do Drive My Car.
And they throw it in there.
They didn't Drive My Car.
Because they didn't know it was getting an awards campaign. You see how this works?
I guess so.
They don't think for themselves. They need the studios who send them screeners to think for them, and they just do what they think the studio kind of wants them to do. That's often how I read it. That's how often how I read it.
Sometimes they're a little, noble. They tried to push RRR in there. You know what? Yeah. I really think that they are going to push Spider-Verse in.
They might.
We should just talk about picture.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
I guess there's the ways in which they're a little different and they try to do their own thing. Okay, then I can concede that Spider-Verse seems like the kind of thing to get in there. Anyway.
All right, so if we're doing picture... I don't have a clear idea of what I think is winning, actually. I think it could be Oppenheimer, definitely. Killers seems to be it topped Sight and Sound. It topped, it's winning a lot of these big ones more than Oppenheimer. Yeah. But I don't know if the Critics' Choice don't always reflect, the top, critics.
Yeah.
So I think maybe Oppenheimer's still more likely than that.
They're the mid-low... They're all the critics. But most critics are not top-level critics. Most critics are mid-level critics.
Yeah. I think I'd still say maybe Oppenheimer. It's also, you said they do what people think they're going to do. Well, okay, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, I think. I think it's between those two.
Yep.
Killers, Barbie, very much locked in. The Holdovers, Past Lives. I mean, Past Lives.
Put it at number 5.
Past Lives is locked into Critics' Choice.
Yeah.
Especially after what happened today.
Yeah.
Maestro's in there. American Fiction's pretty in there as well.
It's totally going to get in here, I think.
And then here's where you can do something else. And because if you don't have the top 8...
9 and 10 at the Oscars are also hotly debated at the moment. Those are the 2 slots. I think everybody has this top 8 right now.
So I am putting Spider-Man at 9. I know that.
Wow.
I think that they are going to do Spider-Verse. I just feel like... I don't know. I feel like everybody I know who's in the Critics' Choice is pushing that in.
The fact that HCA did it and went pretty hard on it, I think reveals a lot.
Yeah.
I think that is the main reason that you have to go off of to say Spider-Verse might do pretty well here.
Well, it also got AFI and MBR.
Yeah.
Got both of them.
Did HCA do May December?
They snubbed it.
I think they snubbed it. Yeah, so I'm sort of thinking too, do the Critics' Choice do May December? And I'm thinking it's possible, but they might not be that cool. They might just not be a little bit.
I think May December is benefiting. I mean, there are some groups that really like May December. There's some that think it's maybe just Charles Melton, Julianne Moore you throw in there, or the screenplay. But again, that movie was really hot, and I think that while the voting was going on, I'm sure it was trending quite a lot. So I think that obviously helps the movie.
Yeah,
but I don't know if
totally
it's.
true.
I don't know if I'm like more confident about it. I mean, I also think that like I know that The Color Purple is like dead now because it missed NBR, AFI, and
Wait, you know it's dead for what? The
no.
Oscar?
Other people think that it's
okay.
dead because it missed NBR, AFI, and
Fuck,
Golden
NBR
Globes.
doesn't matter. Why do
And
people
Golden,
even cite it?
Well, it seems like it should have gotten in there because they usually will nominate the musicals.
I guess.
But man, for that, I mean, look,
I get the other
I've
ones.
seen
I'm fine with
I've seen people who are Critics' Choice voters who are like really going to try to go for Color Purple, and can I predict it?
But maybe they go for it more in the acting categories. Maybe that's just where the passion goes around.
Yeah.
But listen, I do want to predict Color Purple because
You do?
they're the kind of people who predicted Mary Poppins. They gave the award, their 10th slot, to Mary Poppins Returns.
Yeah, but so did AFI and NBR.
And they do what you think. If there's like a big film that's poised to do well in award season, like Babylon, they'll still do it. They'll go for it. Even before it falls completely, they'll hang on.
No,
They'll
but
be the ones who hang on.
but it's not like they're hanging on to that because it doesn't exist yet. The movie didn't prove itself as a contender. It's not a thing that people know is happening.
I know. That's like Babylon, though.
No, it's not. Babylon probably got like
No. Babylon had
maybe.
not really come out to the masses yet.
Okay, but Babylon at least did well at the Golden Globes. I don't know. I'm just like I think that maybe The Color Purple. What was I thinking of? I'm just not sure. I'm just really not sure because I don't know why it missed.
We can keep
AFI.
going down the list and see what we think.
AFI is pretty reliable.
We kind of talked about May, December.
Well, if you put May, December in, that's literally the AFI top 10.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be bad to predict. It wouldn't be a bad prediction, honestly. But will they put in Anatomy of a Fall or Zone of Interest?
Zone of Interest, I still kind of stand by it that I don't think they're quite cool enough to do it. So I'm gonna think a little bit more hard about Anatomy of a Fall here because Anatomy of a Fall has been doing well with critics groups, but honestly, like not quite well enough for me. Like Sandra Hüller has not been getting in everywhere.
I want to mention something that I think that The Color Purple could be.
Okay.
Hidden Figures. It's been thrown around a little bit lately.
Yeah.
Hidden Figures didn't make AFI. Hidden Figures didn't make Critics' Choice.
Yep.
But Hidden Figures seems like something that would make those groups, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
But what happened? It was too late. Then once it came out, everyone went, we fucking love this. And then the guilds and then the Oscars. So
SAG, especially.
So that's what I'm saying. Color Purple, it has that same kind of appeal where it's trying to be like a yay, hooray movie. And I think maybe Critics' Choice just doesn't go for it. Like maybe it does well at the box office and goes PGA SAG.
I think it's here in time, and people didn't know that Hidden Figures was going to be as Oscar baity as it was, I think.
That's true.
Like, people were anticipating The Color Purple for the entire year, and Hidden Figures kind of came out of nowhere.
But I honestly don't have like an amazing hunch about anything else. I don't have an amazing May December hunch.
Yeah, and I could see myself being disappointed here, and I would accept my disappointment. Like, I could just see them missing it in picture.
I will say The Color Purple got like the HCA for whatever little that's worth. I mean, that's the only thing that it's gotten so far in terms of picture nominations.
Yeah.
Air is the same way. Air is not doing all that well.
I'll say this, like, as much as I'm like, okay, I'm going to make the case for this. I'm going to make the case for Color Purple. I don't feel that confident here, and it's kind of insane that we have, I would say, a solid 14 movies all the way down to Air that feel like they would easily get in if it was just slimmer. And the only reason that these are out is just because slimness.
Well, I think Anatomy of a Fall is probably going to get screenplay and actress.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean,
for sure.
You can do that and not get... And honestly, editing could be like a rando.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe Color Purple because I think that has some tech potential.
Yeah.
And it's got, I don't know.
If we go out and predict Color Purple and then it doesn't get nominated here, we're really taking, we've really taken
I'll feel
a last
so
stand.
foolish because why am I standing on a rock that keeps falling down?
That keeps sinking into the ground? You mean a sinking ship.
To go to the age-old metaphor.
You don't need to make up a weird metaphor about a rock. You could just say you're on a sinking ship.
No, it's an age-old metaphor. Right. I'll have you know. So yeah, I don't know. Actually,
man on the rock.
I do kind of feel this Color Purple thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
to apologize. Not to me.
I'm sorry to myself, actually, because I feel like I'm going to be wrong. Okay. But I do want Spider-Verse in there.
I'm willing to be wrong about it.
It'd be insane if anything from the top 8 was snubbed, but the Critics' Choice don't do insane snubs anyway. So
I mean, this 10 already feels wrong, so maybe it feels right.
All right, we got another 10 that's going to feel very wrong. Best Director. Now, they have 10 here. They've only had 10 here for like 2 years, so I don't know what's going on. Nolan's obviously going to be, winning probably. Scorsese. Lanthimos, Gerwig, Payne. I mean, I think Payne will probably get into 10, right?
Yeah.
Although I'll say with the critics group so far, he hasn't been doing the best. I'm gonna put Celine Song and Bradley Cooper above him for now.
Oh, for sure, I would say.
For now.
Two huge snubs at Golden Globes today that were really out of nowhere, and I would take stock in that because that shouldn't have happened, according to what the holdovers is.
So slots 8, 9, and 10 are extraordinarily mysterious. I do think that weirdly Cord Jefferson could happen.
Yeah, I think some people really love it, and and he has gotten some director nominations.
Got like 2. I don't know.
But still, I mean, for a movie that doesn't really have any style, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid.
What's weird is like Trier, Glazer,
leaving
Todd
them
Haynes,
out.
Like,
Well, you're not okay. I see. You're not leaving. So one thing I have a little bit of a hunch on is Emerald Fennell for Saltburn.
That'd be kind of crazy.
I could see it though. I could see it because she did a lot for that movie, and though it might not get into picture, I could see everyone who loved it easily thinking that it deserves director. And
I
loving
do feel
Emerald
like
Fennell.
even though I still think Glazer is going for the Oscar nomination, like he might get snubbed here.
Yeah,
Because they might just be like,
which
but
I've always thought.
But I also think the Zone of
Which
Interest
I've
maybe is
always
close
thought.
enough that like it can squeeze into 10 for
Look, Zone of
director.
Interest is doing it kind of exactly what we thought it was going to, except that the turnout at Globes was way bigger than we thought. And I've always thought that it was going to get snubbed at the Critics' Choice. But,
director,
maybe we're wrong. Like, maybe Zone of Interest is just bigger. But I always thought that it was going to get snubbed there.
I have a question for you. What about the Spider-Verse directors?
No, the HCA didn't do it, and they had 10.
That's right, and they gave them
And they
director
gave,
at the midseason.
That's just a no. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck for Air. Should we consider that? That should be
you should consider
that should be
that.
like number 14.
You can totally consider that, my friend. You can totally consider that, my friend.
I don't like it, but I guess it could happen.
I feel like Trier could happen, though. Because I feel like Anatomy of Falls maybe
Yeah.
even closer than...
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it could happen.
I don't know about I don't even know about Todd Haynes. Because I feel like...
Yeah, it's interesting to predict. I think last year it was 9 out of 10 got nominated for director. And then you're predicting 8 out of 10 get nominated.
8 out of 10 of what?
Of the best picture nominee, the best film nominees. Get best director.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Unless you change it around.
What do you want to do? Do you
Look,
really?
it's
I don't
another
know about
category
Todd
where
Haynes.
you could mix it up any little way you want, but
I kind of agree. All right, I'll go off your Emerald Fennell hunch. Maybe I'll put it in Justine Trier.
really,
Does that make sense? Does Todd Haynes make more sense?
I don't know.
Some people are trying to go out for Todd Haynes, and they should. And the Oscars should nominate him, but I
He
don't
has
know.
a bigger name than Justine Trier.
Do you want to?
Has-
You want to Todd Haynes and director?
I kind of liked what you had.
All right, let's go with Todd Haynes then. This is weird.
It's weird.
It's weird as fuck. If Glazer not getting in over Cord Jefferson is the
put
most nutty thing I've ever
You know
seen.
what? Hey, we could put Glazer in here.
Over Todd Haynes?
We could do that.
All right, fine. You know what?
I feel a little more safe.
I'm allowed to be a little more optimistic about Zone of Interest than I was.
Yeah.
I'm allowed a little more optimism.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that movie will get more than just international feature. Okay.
Yeah. So it feels wrong, but like, I think we're sprinkling it a little nicely. I don't know. It feels wrong.
I don't like 10 directors. That's too. That's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's too many. That's bizarre. That's
What,
bizarre.
you want to take that out?
Yes.
Selfridge's been
Yes, I do.
sprinkling-
Yes, I do.
Whoa.
Wait, because that's not even top. We don't even think that's in the top 15. Okay, we think it's number 15 for picture. Why would you do that? Last year, the only
she's
person who
Emerald
got
Fennell.
in. Last year, the only person who got in that wasn't in picture was Gina Prince Bythewood for The Woman King,
Yep.
and that was probably like number 12 or something for picture. This is number 15. She's behind some heavyweights. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna
All
do
right.
that.
All right.
All right, we'll do
All right.
Todd Haynes.
Okay.
We'll do Todd Haynes.
All right,
Although
I
I
see
feel like
you're
maybe
cleaning
they'll
up
try to get more women
in?
in here. There's only 2.
Yeah, because now you have the women sitting at 11 and 12.
Fine, Trier.
All right.
I could change this all night, but I'm just gonna have to
Yeah,
keep
you could
it for
just
now.
keep doing it. We could just make this as a video.
Wait, is this the Oscar? This is the Oscar lineup for Best Picture. All right, this is dumb. This is just getting. I don't know how to do 10. I don't know how to predict 10 directors. This is the Oscar lineup for Best Picture. That's very funny to me.
I have no idea either.
Best Actor. Here's an easy one. Here's a no-brainer.
Am I crazy for thinking Payne could get snubbed for Best Director?
No,
All right.
I mean the critics so far haven't been going that hard for him. but I feel like they'll like the holdovers.
I could see that though. Anyway,
Best actor between Cillian Murphy and Bradley Cooper.
for the win. I mean, we don't have to talk too much about wins, but that is the state.
We're
of
very
things.
We're very divided on
That
this.
is the state of things.
Giamatti's doing really, really well, and I love
Yeah.
to see it. I love that he's winning some critics awards too. 'Cause
Jeffrey-
if he
yeah.
won the Oscar, I'd be like, let's go. You know,
Jeffrey
I'd be
Wright's a
happy.
solid number 4. He's overtaken Leonardo DiCaprio. He's proved himself as being an essential thing
Yeah.
to go along with American fiction. Like, you can't not do him. It's his year. You can't not do it. You can't not do it.
Yeah.
It's not allowed anymore.
He's getting a lot of nominations. He's happy.
DiCaprio, you're allowed to snub him. We have established thus far in the season, you are allowed to snub.
Oh, and he's been getting
both
snubbed.
of the Killers boys.
Oh, and he's been getting
and
snubbed.
people will be like, yeah, whatever. Because like, I kind of agree. Like, I would rather have Jeffrey Wright and Coleman Domingo get in there, but it's not like they're giving necessarily better performance than Leonardo DiCaprio. But like, I just want those actors to
He's just
get
less
in.
fun to vote for.
Less fun to vote for.
And Coleman Domingo, but I feel like that's an easy 6 because
Yeah.
this is the 6 that I'd be really cramming for at the
Yeah.
Oscars. I think Andrew Scott is an outside shot as well.
Yeah, and you know, let's remind everybody that the Critics' Choice are allowed to do 7 slots,
Yeah.
and they can go over a little bit. I think at most they've done 8. Am I crazy for thinking?
They did 8 in Best Actor with one year where they decided to throw they decided they needed to put in Tom Hanks for News of the World. They really
was
needed to
essential
do,
that
they
he was
really
in
needed to do it that year. But yeah, I mean, I would say if there's 7, it's Andrew Scott.
yeah.
But this is a solid 6. I can't
Yeah,
make
I
room.
agree. I agree.
can't
I think
make
I
room.
think there might be 7. I think there very well might be 7. But Barry Keoghan is number 8, by the way.
What about? Okay, fine.
Keoghan is number 8.
That's fine.
That's correct.
That's fine. Best Actress. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Ooh boy.
What?
Ooh boy.
What? What are you?
I'll tell you.
doing?
Okay, listen. Look.
Oh, this would be terrible. Then you have to take an anatomy.
I know, but you,
but
the problem is that you agree with me in a weird way.
All right, keep going.
Lily Gladstone, I think she's number. Do I?
Whatever. Number 1. Number
She's
2.
been sweeping critics awards, so it'd be weird if she didn't win this. But
Yeah.
at the same time, that's not always how it works.
I mean, the Critics' Choice can turn it around. People
can.
forget. People
They
absolutely
gave it to
forget.
Chastain.
People were like, critics, come on, do the thing that the other critics are doing. And they're like, nah, Jessica Chastain, not Spencer.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Emma Stone, Carey Mulligan, Greta Lee is getting in.
She's in.
Greta Lee's getting in. They're
1,000%.
all going out
People
for her.
wanna go
They're
out
all
for her.
going out for her.
Margot Robbie for Barbie, yes.
Fortunately or
I do
unfortunately, I,
agree with that.
really think Margot Robbie's going to get Critics' Choice.
I really think so too.
And you know what else is fucking weird? When you look at how much she's gotten so far, if you rank the ladies, she is number 4 right now with critics mentions. It's kind of weird. I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of shocked.
surprised that Carey Mulligan's number 5.
Yeah, well, not all the critics are trying to go out for Maestro that hard.
The fact that Emma Stone is tied for nominations, not wins, but nominations. Like, I think.
What are you trying to
I'm
say?
saying that the fact that Lily Gladstone and Emma Stone, like, they could end up kind of tying the amount of awards that they win, looking very
in the
slim, neck
future?
and neck.
I don't
That
know
would
if they're
make me
neck and neck
lean
now.
towards Emma Stone.
I kind of agree with you. Because I feel like Emma Stone might be a little more friendly for like a SAG audience.
Yeah.
But I think Margot Robbie's getting in. You know, do with that what you will. And then that last look,
It feels hard to not do Fantasia Barrino.
especially if we're gonna say that's getting pick.
Yeah.
Maybe we just what if
No, we can't take her out. That's like a little too optimistic, isn't it?
for Sandra Hüller?
Yeah.
Well, Sandra Hüller's like, I mean,
But people haven't been doing it. Not everybody's been.
not everybody's been doing it, but a lot of them have been doing it.
Look at how low she is. She has 2 nominations, buddy.
Well,
what do you
from
mean a
my tally.
lot?
Well, I didn't count the LA critics on here, but yeah.
Okay, so what? She has 3.
Well, I think she got like technically nominated at Boston too.
Okay, so the point is she has much less mentions than she should.
Well, Fantasia Barrino, no one's going out for her. She hasn't been getting shit.
Well, The Color Purple has not started yet. Exactly. Right?
Well, why are we saying it? Why are we saying that it's going to start
Because
here?
the Critics' Choice could start. She got HCA? She's fine.
That's one thing.
I know, but well, I guess yeah. I mean, still, that's still a thing. They're the most similar.
Okay, but the Critics' Choice
comparison.
like to nominate like Marion Cotillard and Isabelle Huppert and stuff. So how it like and Charlotte Rampling
Marion
in 45
Cotillard
years
in what?
in everything.
In what?
2
Rust and
Days,
Bone?
One Night.
They
Rust and
nominated her
Bone.
in 2 Days, One Night.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's actually kind of.
I'm just saying, like if Sandra Hüller's getting like that's the kind of thing that the Critics' Choice will go out for.
Well, look, maybe
Can
it's
I be
just a
inconsistent?
clean 7.
Can I be inconsistent? I would like to be inconsistent. I would like to. I would like to. Just, I know that this probably won't happen. I know that Fantasia Barrino would probably go along with Color Purple and Picture. And she might even get nominated without The Thing.
Yeah.
But,
well, yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, I really do have a feeling about Margot Robbie. And I can't imagine Sandra Hüller not getting it.
Kinda can. But here's the thing. I think we won't have to, because I think they're going to do 7.
You can't always just be optimistic and say, oh,
but this
well,
category
they'll be nice and convenient.
is insane. This category is really stacked. I think that's like sometimes they really clean it up. Like you'll think that you have to choose one or the other, and the Critics' Choice are like, nope, never mind. We actually chose everybody, and you're like, oh, okay.
Sometimes, but I don't know. Yeah, no, you're kind
up.
of right. I mean, the Critics' Choice don't do like
They tend to be uncontroversial.
well. I mean, in 2020 they did 7 people, but
Yeah, and then
they
the year
do
before
7
that,
sometimes.
They do it pretty often. I would say it's like 50%.
It's not 50%. If you
In the
go
last
back.
5 years, it's not 50%.
The last 5 years, it's 50%.
There you go. That's only what matters.
Well, I'm not gonna. Well, if we're gonna call it at 6, what are we doing? What are we doing?
I guess I don't really care. But to be honest, man.
I think Sandra Hüller's gonna get in.
All right.
I mean, Fantasia. I think they're both
Go
gonna
ahead.
get in.
I think it'd be crazy.
I
if
just think
Fantasia
they're both
didn't
gonna get in, and I don't know
know
how to reckon with this. I mean, even Natalie Portman is possible. I think everybody else is kind of just not gonna happen.
Yeah, Natalie Portman's not, but sure, you can say she's possible.
Okay, supporting actress. Now this one's kind of interesting. This one's quite kind of interesting. Danielle. Ooh, once again, I really do. I'm starting to contend with the fact that Danielle Brooks may not win Best Actress. I mean, supporting actress after all. And Divine
Why?
Joy Randolph. Because the movie might win. The movie might miss Best Picture.
Yeah, but I think she's still good.
But if it does make it into Best Picture, I think she's gonna win.
I think she could still win even regardless, because her performance is so much. She's going to be doing so much. You're going to watch the movie and you're going to go, holy shit, that's winning an Oscar. Even if you don't like the movie, you're going to be like, it's winning an Oscar. Can't deny that.
I mean, I feel like maybe Color Purple will manage.
Because people did that with Brendan Fraser too. Like, The Whale missed Best Picture. People freaked out about him not winning, which was, it's fair to think that.
Yeah, but
maybe
he's Brendan
else.
Fraser. This is like her first on-screen
also,
role.
Nobody else felt like they were going to win, People tried to hype Colin Farrell up, especially the critics. Didn't work. BAFTAs tried to do Butler, but what really felt like the performance that would win was the one that won.
Yeah,
and maybe Brendan
fine.
Fraser is like an exception because there was an enormous amount of passion. It was like a volcano erupting.
All right, well, I'll agree with you there. I'll keep her at number 1 for now. Divine Joy Randolph, big threat to win though. Emily Blunt, Julianne Moore's getting it.
Yeah, she's been doing
Jodie
very
Foster has been getting noms. I don't know how to explain it, but she has been getting noms.
I think, okay.
And you know who's been getting almost the most noms out of anybody? Rachel McAdams.
Put Rachel McAdams at number 5 then. Because
No.
I agree with you.
No, because they do what they're told.
But that's the thing that they'll do that they're not told. I mean,
What the fuck?
look, it's like how Brian Tyree Henry got into the Critics' Choice for Causeway.
Oh, sure, and like Nicolas Cage for Pig or whatever.
Yeah, it's like they do a couple of those every year. That they're
No, I think this is a good bet.
They're kind of supposed to do.
And
with,
I also think since Taraji P. Henson seems to be out to me, then I will do this. I will say Rachel McAdams and Jodie Foster.
yeah, Taraji P. Henson has been absolutely missing. You can't predict her.
Now,
can't predict her
if
in
Rachel
good faith.
McAdams gets in, every year, and someone did there was some guy who did stats for this, but every year there's about one nominee who gets in off of just Critics' Choice. Last year we had actually 2. We had Judd Hirsch and Brian Tyree Henry.
Yes.
This year, maybe it'll be Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
I would
that's
love
totally
it.
Possible.
And everything about her performance is awards friendly, Oscar friendly. It's just that the movie hasn't been in the conversation. So if that's the only thing holding her back, I feel like there's
that's
a lot in her favor.
I thought Causeway not feeling like a big movie would hold it back from a nomination, and hey, it didn't somehow.
Well, that was
People
Apple.
actually
That was an
watched it.
Apple TV campaign.
Okay, so who's campaigning this?
I don't know, but Rachel McAdams, people might say, "Hey, time for number 2," because it was better than what she did in Spotlight.
Yeah.
America Ferrera for Barbie. I mean, look,
Totally could happen here.
Yeah, but she didn't get the Globe, and they went nuts for Barbie.
Yeah.
So
I just think that the Critics' Choice might do that. The HCA did it.
Viola Davis is surprisingly not quite dead in terms of like she's been nominated at a few places. She has. Rosamund Pike. I mean, look, I think she's possible for the Oscar. I don't think she's gonna get it everywhere.
Yeah.
So let's just not call her here.
Right. She could surprise in that number 5
Although,
slot. Because I don't really know if I believe in Jodie Foster for the Oscar.
Although I kind of feel like the Critics' Choice would like Saltburn more than other bodies. I kind of feel like they would.
I agree. That's why I thought
I'll put her at 7. She goes 7. That's fine.
That's why. I mean, I think. Okay, never mind. I guess Barry Keoghan probably can't get in Best Actor, but there's a chance they could do 7. And
yeah, but I think Andrew Scott's 7.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Anyway, I mean, he was great in it too. Yeah, I don't really care who gets in.
No, I think this is right. This is.
I don't know why. I have a feeling like America Ferrera will get in here because it's what people want. It's what they want to do. They like really want to do it because they love that little monologue.
Yeah,
and
but
they think it's important.
I don't think that's been. I don't know if that's like enough for people. She hasn't been like overperforming.
Do you really think Jodie Foster? Like,
yeah, kind of.
I feel like I need to be a little bit convinced. Like, so Nia's gonna get 1 nomination at the Critics' Choice, and it's gonna be Jodie Foster in supporting.
Yeah, why not? I'll put Rachel McAdams at 5 if you'd like to.
Yeah, I mean, I think I might do America Ferrera at 6
You
to be
would?
a little different.
Because I think that she's a non-starter. Oh, maybe Sterling K. Brown's in the same position. Honestly,
Fair enough.
They're very different, I guess.
I don't know. I see it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
we can leave it there.
Okay, that's fine with me. Supporting actor, probably easy. I thought this category was going to be a shit show, but probably easy, unfortunately.
Really?
Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, so top 4. Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, Mark Ruffalo, Charles Melton. Hello, everybody. Yep. Hello to all of them. Charles Melton's number 3.
They're all getting in.
Okay, so Globes did De Niro and Defoe. That's like a very... Sometimes the Critics' Choice just do the easiest option, though, and that's the easiest option.
Sure. It almost felt like the Critics' Choice watching the Golden Globe nominations do nothing surprising, like really not throw you for a loop whatsoever, and in fact reinforce what we thought was happening for the last couple months, which is that both the Poor Things boys would go along with the movie.
I'll say this,
which hasn't happened at any other critics groups as far as I know.
I'll say this, though.
They were the first ones to do it.
But I'll say this, though. Robert De Niro and Willem Dafoe, the critics groups have not been going out for these two.
I know.
Didn't reflect at the Golden Globes, but again, the critics groups, sometimes the Critics' Choice can go rogue from the critics groups, and it's like, what are you doing? I thought you were related to these groups, and you're not.
I think it's going to be much more like the Golden Globes lineup, and you probably should just predict the Golden Globes lineup because it felt so safe.
Yeah, but I think that Robert De Niro's not safe. Like, I may not be predicting Robert De Niro for the Oscar anymore. Like, I think that at some point he's going to fall off because I just don't see the passion for it.
You have 6 here, okay? So we don't even know. He could have been the one to get snubbed at the Golden Globes, although I have a hunch that it was probably Dafoe at number 6.
I'm keeping Dafoe at 5 here. I'm going to put Robert De Niro on the chopping block.
Yeah.
Here are the two that I think are the most likely to pop up. Glenn Howerton and Blackberry. The critics have been trying to go out for him.
Yeah.
Now, he hasn't been, overwhelming.
There's been tweets, all year trying to get him nominated.
Yeah, but it hasn't been, I don't think it's been quite enough force. I don't think it's been quite enough force for him. I wouldn't be shocked.
It's the kind of thing that Critics' Choice would try to do, though.
Yeah, no, there are definitely going to be people who are trying to do it. I just don't know if he's going to make it in. And I think Dominic Sessa, some critics groups have been going out for him.
I feel a little more confident in Glenn Howerton. I would put him at number 7, maybe.
That's fine.
Because I don't know if the Critics' Choice feel like they would do Dominic Sessa, or if that feels like something that would happen.
I definitely think they could do Dominic Sessa. I definitely think they could. Right. And Sterling K. Brown is a possibility.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, having seen American Fiction twice, neither time did I believe when I was watching it that he would be nominated. So my hunch is away from that in general and thinking that that's not actually going to start up.
Well, what about John Majaro?
No.
I mean, he seems pretty dead. And no one's done it.
No one's doing it.
They were saying all year that they wanted him in and no one's doing it.
I could see if The Color Purple does really well here and surprises everybody, Coleman Domingo could go along.
That'd be kind of crazy. I don't think he's happening.
That's fair. It's fair to consider, and I would put him above John Majaro. But that's as far as I go, probably.
Maybe. Original screenplay. Yeah, there's 7. There's basically 7 options. Barbie, The Holdovers, Past Lives, May December, Anatomy of a Fall. I think no matter what's gonna get this.
And by the way, the win is between Barbie and Past Lives.
Yeah. I agree. Past Lives might win Critics' Choice.
May December probably gets in here. Anatomy of a Fall. Air or Maestro?
Highly interesting.
You choose.
Highly interesting because obviously Maestro is the bigger picture contender, but there's something about Air that just I feel like people would go out for the screenplay maybe, and I think Air might not be. I think Air might get Ensemble and screenplay at the Critics' Choice.
Because I think if anything, Maestro, and I'm a fan of Maestro. I'm actually a big fan of Maestro, and I feel two ways about the screenplay. I feel like I like the dialogue a lot, but I don't think everything kind of coheres in the most satisfying way. But so I'm almost unsure if I would put it in for here. I probably would.
Air actually has been getting a lot more nominations.
But yeah,
too.
Air is more prominent as a screenplay.
I'm doing it. I'll put in Air and Anatomy of a Fall.
If Maestro doesn't show up
this
here,
is crazy
it's
because
interestingly weak.
Because we think, apparently we think that May, December, Anatomy of a Fall, and Air are not getting into the film category, and yet we have Maestro missing for all of them. But
all of what?
All of those three.
Oh yeah. Well, Maestro is also the kind of thing where people are like not thinking it's going to do screenplay, and it could just start doing it.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think I'm okay with this.
All right.
The rest of them are kind of filler slots. Adapted screenplay, Poor Things. I don't know if American Fiction's contending to win that award or not. Not here though. I think Poor Things will probably win here, or Oppenheimer. Killers of the Flower Moon. I think they will put Spider-Verse in here. I think they will shove Spider-Verse in here.
They have room.
They will shove
certainly have
Spider-Verse
room
in
here.
Now, will they nominate? I think there's 3 films that I would consider for this 5th slot. Number 1 is All of Us Strangers. Number 2 is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which some critics have been trying to do. And number 3 is The Zone of Interest. The Zone of Interest seems sort of like easier to say for the Oscar.
Yeah, I think it's poised to nab that number 5 slot at the Oscars.
But it would be odd to me if it got a screenplay here without them going harder on it, like in picture, which maybe, maybe they do.
Maybe, but it is hard to go out for it in screenplay because the screenplay is so like removed. Like you're not thinking about the writing during the movie.
I thought about it the 3rd time I saw it, and I thought, actually, I do think this deserves a screenplay nomination. The 3rd time I watched it. But you're right. I mean, if it took a little longer, it's definitely more of a directing movie, though.
Yeah.
But
whatever that means. But yes.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still means something.
I don't know if All of Us Strangers, though. I mean, wait. Okay, well, I'll say this. The only thing All of Us Strangers has gotten is, like, the LA critics gave it the award. That's it. That's it. The Zone of Interest hasn't been exactly getting showered in it.
I do feel like All of Us Strangers is the best bet, though. No, I mean, you want to put Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret over that.
Well, maybe I just throw the Zone of Interest in and say, hey, I mean, maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. Maybe it really happens at the Critics' Choice.
You want to put like 1 foot in for Zone of Interest and 1 foot out?
We have it in Director, technically.
Yeah,
but that barely even counts because it's 10 slots.
Yeah, it'd be weird if it got Picture, Director, and...
maybe it'll get Score, you know? You never know.
That's true. You never know. Score here.
It's just weird. It's just weird.
I'm okay with this 6, though.
You're okay with All of Us Strangers?
Are you going to make a case to change something right now?
Well, Zone of Interest.
That's it? You're not considering Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret?
I'm considering it. I just don't see myself making it over that line, crossing that line.
Here's the screenplay for Zone of Interest, and here's the Critics' Choice voter. It just kind of knocks right off of their skulls, I feel like.
Their skulls.
It just bounces.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that, too. I kind of agree that it may bounce off their skulls. I don't know. I mean, After Sun got screenplay at the Critics' Choice, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did. And they didn't put it in picture. Strong turnout at the Globes, but the Globes might I might like them better because I don't know. I don't see critics going out for All of Us Strangers at all. The only ones that did were like L.A.
Yeah,
it was like it. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, fine.
I'll do Zone of Interest. I don't know.
Because that's true. Like, I don't
I'll
see
spread
it
my
that
eggs
either.
out, and I think that's just a sign that I'm not really that confident about what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm spreading the eggs out.
Yeah.
Cinematography. Wait. Okay. Also kind of interesting. Oppenheimer.
It's interesting, the more you look at these, the more you realize Zone of Interest could have a great turnout here. It has a high nomination ceiling. There being 6 slots and everything, it has a high nomination ceiling.
Yeah. Well, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Killers, Maestro, all locked in. I think Saltburn's going to get it here.
Yeah.
I think
Saltburn's
happening.
I agree.
Here.
I completely agree.
Here, right here. And then, actually, let's throw in like John Wick 4. Fuck it.
That'd be awesome.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they're cool. I don't really know like what the critics are doing. I've seen some of them even do Asteroid City. So I think perhaps we just maybe it's The Color Purple.
It could be The Color Purple. Yeah.
Again, it's very hard for me to decide between like number 10s. Because if The Color Purple is number 10, then it's probably The Color Purple. If the Zone of Interest is number 10, it's probably the Zone of Interest.
I see. Well, so I have a question for you. What did they do with Cold War?
What did who do?
The Critics' Choice. Did they go for Cold War? Ida?
Did
Probably
they?
not.
That's a good...
Cold.
Critics' Choice Cinematography. We're going to
Yeah.
look this up. Cold War didn't get nominated. Ida didn't get nominated.
So like
I mean,
a little
to be
behind.
fair-
They're not exactly in step with Lucas Zoll.
They did nominate Tar last year.
Yeah.
The Color Purple's kind of weird, though.
Tar was like one of their favorite movies, though.
I could see Color Purple for the Critics' Choice. I could see that for them.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll do it.
Being weird again. Once again. Zone of Interest, you having to consider it in all the last slots of every category.
Yeah. Editing, Oppenheimer, congratulations. Killers, Poor Things, Barbie's getting editing. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. The Holdovers, I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say that the Golden Globes' hatred of that movie, I'm not going to say it means everything. I'm not going to say that extends everywhere. Although, they could snub it.
Well, here's what I think might happen.
Maestro might get it.
Whether or not it gets Best Picture, I could see Anatomy of a Fall here. It's been happening.
It's been happening?
It's been happening.
No, it hasn't.
For editing? Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at my tally.
Oh,
I have
yeah,
it
the
for one
HCA
place.
put it into their
That's
editing.
like the only one, though.
You sure?
The HC...
I
John
thought I
Wick...
got a couple
John
nominations.
Fick. John Fuck 4 has 3 nominations. Are you going to put that in for editing?
No.
That's kind of interesting, though. It'd be nice if they did that. It'd be a treat.
Well,
But I don't think that they're going to do it. I think that Maestro's...
I think people consider
Like-
Anatomy of a Fall an editing movie. But also, yeah, Maestro's been doing well with editing enough. Like, I've seen it pop up. And I do think the editing in Maestro is worthy of a nomination.
Last year they nominated Avatar and Tar. And they did Licorice Pizza. They did, I don't know. I don't know, like, what to compare things to. I'll go with Maestro and The Holdovers. It seems safe. I mean, even Spider-Verse, that got editing at HCA.
Do you think it's possible that the
that could happen.
Holdovers like doesn't
Yeah,
do
sure.
as well?
Sure.
Mrs. Editing, Mrs. Director.
That'd
be huge.
Director 10 would be insane.
That'd be huge.
It'd be huge. It'd be huge and insane.
Yeah.
Maybe Past Lives. Maybe they like Past Lives enough. But
Or
I think
Spider-Verse. That would be a...
no,
that would
Spider-Verse
be-
could happen. They did it. They did it at HCA.
Or Air. Hey, Air.
Fuck. God damn it. No.
You gotta realize...
I don't
that
think
people-
American Fiction's gonna happen though. I just
I don't think
feel
so
it. I
either.
don't think
Even though I'm predicting it for the Oscar, which I feel weird about. Maybe I should just predict Maestro for the Oscar. I don't know.
Maybe they'll randomly throw the killer in there too.
Yeah.
Production design. I'll tell you this. All these groups, for some reason, every single critics group I've looked at, and there's like 4 or 5 of them, did the exact same 5. The exact same 5 is as follows. Barbie and Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Asteroid City.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict Asteroid City.
You should.
I will.
They did the French Dispatch, didn't they?
Yeah,
Maybe
but this
the
one's even
Informed
less of a
production design.
contender in general, I think.
Asteroid City?
Well, French
seems to be
Dispatch
similar
was
to
trying to
French
get
Dispatch.
like 4 techs, and this is only trying to get 1.
Yeah, but it's been doing fine for getting like the one it's trying to get.
Yeah. And then, I mean, number 6, I mean, you could do Color Purple, but so far that hasn't really been going... So far
might
people haven't
happen,
really
though.
been going out for that. You could do Maestro. again, I mean, there's not that many critics do production design, so it's hard to tell. You could do Maestro, could do Zone of Interest, which I don't know. I don't know if people see that yet.
I think Color Purple is okay here.
Wonka's possible, Napoleon's possible, and Saltburn's possible. They can do Saltburn.
They could do Saltburn.
They could do Saltburn.
Should we put that in? Is that is that?
It's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Not positive about it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna keep Color Purple.
All right.
Costumes. You got Barbie, Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon, Color Purple, and then it's really up to you. It's the user's choice. I would say that they could do Priscilla. They could do Oppenheimer. They could do Maestro. Actually, why don't I have them doing Maestro? It's a weird feeling I have, isn't it? I have a weird feeling they wouldn't do Maestro. But the Oscars will.
They don't need to do Priscilla.
Yeah, but they might.
Maestro was a big costume movie.
Yeah.
Costumes were a standout in Maestro.
I guess. What about Wonka? I feel like they like Wonka.
Wonka for costumes?
I feel like the Critics' Choice like Wonka.
Enough to nominate it for costumes?
All right, how about this? We'll make everybody happy. We'll have Priscilla and Maestro. I actually do think they could do Priscilla.
I like this better than Wonka.
Makeup, Maestro, Guardians 3, Poor Things, Barbie, Oppenheimer, I think they'll default to. I actually think the Color Purple might get in. But it's that or Priscilla.
Yeah, and Priscilla is notable here. It was notable here.
It is. You could do both. You could do Color Purple is. I'll do Priscilla and Oppenheimer. How about that? Is that fine?
Enough.
Fair enough.
Spread the Color Purple eggs out, and just in case it severely underperforms.
Yeah. Score. You got Oppenheimer, Killers, Spider-Verse is absolutely happening.
Yeah.
Poor Things.
Yep.
And then
happening
Boy and
also.
I think Boy and the Heron.
Yep.
At this point, at this goddamn point.
Yep.
Usually they only have 5 in score, but if they have 6,
So the Golden Globes 5.
maybe you could. I mean,
Plus-
you could just do the Golden Globe 6 if you want, and say Zone of Interest.
I
Society of the
wouldn't,
Snow
though.
hasn't happened yet.
Oh yeah, right. It's really hard to
I
say
don't think
what's in
Past
here.
Lives is happening. Barbie is possible though. They
Yeah.
weirdly could do Barbie or Saltburn.
Saltburn.
Yeah. A couple
See,
groups did it.
Saltburn I feel like is going to get 3 or 4 nominations at Critics' Choice.
Well, one of them is going to be like, I don't know, some weird like comedy or ensemble category.
That's fine. Even still, I just
Yeah, but I don't
see
know if
it
Score is
as
gonna be
having
the
like
one.
3 or 4 nominations overall.
Or it could be The Killer. Could be The Killer.
Yeah, that's true. They might do something a little out there here because I really don't see what is the clear next in line. Like, I don't think they'll do Elemental, right?
Yeah,
I don't really have a
Not
feeling
really.
about that. I think Saltburn could happen because there's a lot of fans of Saltburn. A lot of fans who want to vote for it in like every category.
Are there?
This has the potential
Says
to rise
who?
up. I just think there's a lot of fans of it.
Well, I might. What about
Not
Barbie?
maybe not enough to get into Best Picture, but like the people who like it are.
Barbie has not. Barbie has not gotten nothing. I'll say that. It has not gotten nothing. It's gotten a few things.
Well, I do think Barbie's going to get like 10 plus nominations here. I don't know how it's going to finagle it, but
Finagle.
finagle.
Well, I'll do Barbie or Saltburn. You call it, or maybe I'll call it. I don't know if Barbie's really gonna take off for score.
Do Saltburn.
Saltburn's fucking weird as shit, though. That's insane. It's
not that
What
weird.
about The Killer?
It's equally
Fine. Okay.
like possible.
Look, I
Wanna
feel
do
like I'm
something
not
weird
as
here?
invested in being right, so I'm just gonna put Saltburn in and say
Yeah.
that's really weird. It's really weird. It's not
It
gonna
feels.
happen.
I feel like dispassionate about like all these deciding what's number 6 because I just feel like it's a guessing game and that there's not really much to go off of except for hunches and the precursor game is vague. It's not clear like who they're gonna follow. So
Well, here's an easy category: visual effects. Despite the Oscar shortlist saying that Oppenheimer is not competing for the award, that will still win the Critics' Choice.
win.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't think it hurts it a little bit
No.
for them to be like, oh, maybe I thought it was visual effects, but I'm wrong.
No,
I
Tar.
was wrong.
Tar for score.
Oh,
Tar for
okay.
score.
Well, yeah, but they didn't know that was like disqualified from the Oscars.
They should have
See, now they have the knowledge that it's just
I don't know if they have the knowledge. I don't know if they have the
Okay, so
knowledge.
for sure it gets nominated. For sure. Like I don't.
No, it's
disagree
getting
with that.
no, it's gonna win.
Now, do you think Godzilla has had enough time to marinate with people?
Ah, Godzilla! I almost forgot.
I think it'll get in here.
I almost forgot.
I think it'll have just enough time to get in here.
You know what? I did notice that the most recent Critics Awards started to nominate Godzilla for visual effects. Oh, let's put it in.
People seem to think Poor Things has like visual effects, so I'm gonna let them have that and just say.
No, the critics' choice don't really know like what's going on in a movie, so they'll just say like, I like this movie and it has visual effects that are cool.
Yeah, that's like,
which is maybe enough.
That's why
that's
like
fair.
they're just gonna go with Spider-Verse here too.
Yeah, they'll go with creator. No, Spider-Verse is totally getting in.
Yeah,
they've wanted it all year.
Yeah,
they've wanted it all year.
Yeah,
and I mean made shortlist. So yeah, Poor Things, Godzilla. I mean Mission.
Yeah,
I was really ready to predict Mission Impossible though. Because I feel like that's been...
Buddy, it didn't even do well at the box office.
I don't care. It did well enough. A lot of people saw it. And so far, the Critics' Choice did... So far, Critics' Choice... critics groups have been nominating Mission Impossible.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, I think this is correct. I think what you have is correct.
That's fine. I agree. That is correct, actually. Animated feature.
I think we're going to be comfortable with animated feature, unlike what the Golden Globes did, which made everybody very uncomfortable.
Well, look. I think... Ooh.
Why?
Wouldn't be surprised if Wish got in.
I fucking would.
Hold on. Spider-Verse is winning. Boy and the Heron's getting nominated. Elemental's in. Ninja Turtles is in. They're going to redeem it. This is like when they snubbed Mitchell's, honestly, at the Globes. Like, TMNT, I'm still going to predict it. I'm, like, weary about it, but it's going to get Critics' Choice. Absolutely. Nimona?
Yeah, it's going to get in.
Nimona? What about Suzume?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Suzume over the Peasants. No... First of all, have people seen The Peasants? Second of all, do people like The Peasants? I don't really know. Like, definitely Suzume. Because they've seen that. They've seen that.
What about Mario?
I mean, they nominated Your Name, didn't they? I'm pretty sure they nominated
Did they? They don't.
You can look it up.
Hold on. Critics' Choice.
You can look that up.
Critics' Choice.
Mario movie? I don't think so. I don't think they're... Like, I think critics know what that is. I think they know it's a cash grab and they don't really love it.
They didn't nominate Your Name.
Really? All right. Well, Suzume got a fucking.
They don't fucking nominate anime here.
Well,
they nominated Mirai, but that's when everybody decided to do that.
I still think Suzume.
But the Globes nominated Inuo. Remember that?
Yeah. Was Suzume? You think that was the same? You didn't even know what that was.
No, Suzume is bigger than that. But
yeah,
I'm just saying,
exactly.
Like, well, then of course they did.
Exactly.
I don't think it's gonna be Chicken Run. I think Robot Dreams is maybe. But I don't know if enough people have seen it.
Yeah, I don't know if people.
I think Mario. I do think Mario could happen. Because I want to tell you this. I want to tell you that they've nominated
after 3 Golden Globe nominations.
Well, Frozen 2 got in. Let's see. I don't know if I have any more evidence. I mean, I honestly think that Wish is a real threat. I honestly think that maybe they watched Wish at their little critics screening. They didn't get the memo on the reviews, and they just thought that it was amazing, and they didn't. And then when the review embargo dropped, they felt scared of their opinion, but they already sent the ballot.
I'll give you a maybe on it, but I don't know. I like
Suzume's like they don't like. I mean, the Golden Globes love foreign films now. They love international films, and Suzume is the second Japanese movie here. Get out of town.
You saying I have a little too much faith in them for that?
Delete. I'm not doing it just because of the Globes. I maintain that Suzume is not all that likely.
Yeah, but what do you think's more likely, Wish or Mario? Because that's what you're down to.
Yeah, I am down to Wish and Mario.
Yeah, so what the hell?
Fuck it, Wish.
Jesus, man.
Fuck it, Wish.
All right, if you're wrong, I'll have fun with it. Because if I'm right about Suzume, I'll have fun.
Sorry, I'm. Actually, no.
Whoa.
It hasn't gotten nominated so far. What about Leo the Lizard movie with Adam Sandler?
You are digging. Are you serious about that?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm serious about.
It's my first time fucking like seeing that movie outside of like a taxi cab ad. That's the only thing I know about that movie is that it was on a taxi. It was like Adam Sandler and there was a CGI lizard. So
What about Suzume?
That's the only information I have.
How strongly do you feel about this?
I think it could happen. Yeah. I don't like being made like I don't like you looking at me and asking me that because then I feel unconfident. But still,
fine. I'll do Suzume, but if it's Wish, then I'm going to be upset at you.
Then I get beaten up.
International feature, Zone of Interest, Anatomy of a Fall. What's winning? Anatomy of a Fall.
We don't know.
Anatomy of a Fall's been doing more.
Yeah, you're right.
The taste of things is not number 3. Fuck that. Get out of here.
Society of the Snow is like
Society of the Snow is totally in. Perfect Days, I think. I'm a little worried about it in general, but I think it'll get here.
Yeah.
Fallen Leaves.
Yep.
And The Taste of Things.
Yep. Probably.
I think the Teacher's Lounge is possible. I don't know why Monster is like getting ignored.
People seem to really like the Teacher's Lounge.
People love Monster, but they're ignoring it.
Yeah.
This is fine.
And they're not going to do something like Boy in the Heron here.
Nah.
Just yeah.
Remember, they do what they're told.
Yeah.
They don't think about it. It never occurred to them.
Yeah.
Didn't occur to them.
Yeah.
That's like kind of the top 6 at this point. Fallen Leaves, my God. Ha.
I know.
Look what that's become. Original song.
Barbie again.
Yep, 3 Barbies. Absolutely 3 Barbies here. And it's top 3.
And it's the top 3.
I didn't really think about this that much. I think that the Color Purple song, I mean, I don't know
Put it in here.
if that's happening.
The Critics' Choice are made for us to feel safe.
I think they're going to do Peaches. Sorry.
I guess.
I think they're going to do Peaches. Have they done the Hunger Games songs? Because, I mean, should I even care? Because the Golden Globes did the Hunger Games songs. They didn't give a shit.
The Golden Globes nominated the Hunger Games song?
Not the new one.
Okay.
I feel like the Golden Globes like Olivia Rodrigo. The Critics' Choice love Olivia Rodrigo.
Why?
I don't fucking know. They just do.
You're just guessing?
They just do. They like all that shit. They love Taylor Swift.
So
remember last year I told you they loved Taylor Swift and they nominated her?
I think you should just do what we had before the Golden Globes, which is
I'm going to put in Road to Freedom.
Wonka.
I'm going to put in... I'll keep
Jesus,
Wonka in.
What are you doing, man?
Shush!
Where's the Color Purple song?
I'm not doing it. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody likes it. Nobody cares. Just because it has a song, nobody cares.
If they nominated for Best Picture?
Nobody nominated it.
But they might nominate it.
They may not. I think that's not coming along with the movie.
Did we predict that? I forget if we predicted the Color Purple.
For song?
For Best Picture.
We did.
Okay.
We tried.
Okay.
Yeah. I would love them to go out for Camp Isn't Home.
Yeah.
I would love them to go out for it, but unfortunately, I'm not convinced they've seen it. So, this is the top 6. I'm putting in Road to Freedom for Rustin, which just seems to be happening, even though everybody said it was
copying the Golden Globes here, though. And, like, song categories are allowed to be very different.
That's all right. I know, that's fine, but I don't have any other better hunches, I guess.
Road to Freedom, though? You really think that's a real one?
It's been happening.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I like that shit. Yeah. Sometimes the Critics' Choice just nominate what they think they're supposed to. Ensemble. We got Barbie, Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is going to win, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon, Poor Things, The Color Purple, and Air.
Yeah, outside shot, though, for sure is American Fiction. And Saltburn.
Yeah, I could see Saltburn doing a surprise here.
Maybe. Wait, they're a little weird in this category, actually. You should look up the Wikipedia.
I think Air's kind of weird.
You should look up the Wikipedia, though. They're like genuinely... Well, they give it to weird things, but they're like a little bit...
I think American Fiction could squeeze into SAG, but I don't think it's going to get... No, they're actually not weird here. They're actually very normal here.
All right, keep going.
They're actually very normal here.
Licorice Pizza, though? Would you have expected that?
I don't know. I mean, critics like the movie.
Yeah.
No, this is the top 6.
Yeah.
We've unlocked it.
But what about American Fiction?
No.
It's
it's going to warm up and it's going to get SAG, but it's not going to get this.
All right.
Well, it might get SAG.
That's fine.
I don't know. Comedy is kind of a dumb category to predict because basically they just nominate like...
What the fuck was that?
Doesn't matter.
Sometimes
they snub... No.
What the fuck was that?
It's none of your business.
Did you make a sound effect?
No. All right. Listen.
All right, I'm prying too much, I guess.
Comedy. Sometimes they snub movies and that are like, you know, like in the Golden Globes for other comedies. For example, Bottoms is getting in, Joyride's getting in, and No Hard Fucking Feelings is probably going to get in. And it's going to take out one of the top 3. So which of these do you think is...
Wow, I like how we're doing this.
Which of these do you think is the least a comedy? Out of the top 4. The Holdovers, American Fiction, Poor Things, or Barbie? Which is the least a comedy?
Well, not... Barbie's for sure a comedy.
American Fiction, I think,
American Fiction's for sure a comedy.
The Holdovers is...
American Fiction's a comedy-ish, honestly.
Poor Things is comedy. Wait, did they nominate The Favorite? That's what I care about.
Oh.
Critics' Choice, comedy. It's a weird-ass category.
Holdovers is...
Okay, The Favorite got in.
Well, that was...
Oh, they didn't nominate Lady Bird here, which is very funny. They're just weird. They did, what can you say? Look, I, Tanya got in, which is not even like...
What?
Oh, no, they did nominate Lady Bird. I'm just saying things.
Oh.
Maybe No Hard... Actually, I'm just not going to have No Hard Feelings.
Yeah.
People don't like that movie. Air's not a comedy.
People don't like it.
All right, here we go. This is the last category. Young actor / actress. Unfortunately, I think... Well, I guess I wouldn't hate it. But Abby Ryder Fortson, I think, is going to win. And I think she's going to beat Milo Machado Graner, who will get nominated, for sure. But he will be beaten. Yeah, and I would like to see him win.
He should be getting the nomination for supporting actor.
Yeah, maybe.
He really should.
Maybe.
He deserves it.
Ariana Greenblatt and Barbie. Look, you have to think about who's in things and just nominate whoever's in anything. So that's how this category works. I tried to list everybody that I possibly could. Unfortunately, they're not going to do any of the young actors from 1001. Unfortunately, they're not going to go for any of the young actors from Monster, who would be extremely deserving. Oh, they might go for the Flora and Son kid, actually. Let's go with him. The kid in the creator. Actually, I don't think the kid in the creator. They're not going to do that. The little girl in Megan wasn't even that good, but honestly, well, she deserves credit. She's pretty young.
Wait.
She was starting a movie.
What about the boy in the Talk to Me? Didn't he get a nomination somewhere for like a young actor or something?
I didn't even think about Talk to Me.
Yeah.
How young is the lead actress in that?
I don't know.
Because if she's under 22, then she can say hello.
Is that the rule? You have to be under 22?
Yeah, it's like 22 and under.
Well, does she have to be 22 right now?
No, she's too old.
How old is she?
She's 25.
Oh.
Yeah, the kid in Talk to Me is quite interesting. It's I don't know why you like thought about that. That's
because I think he got like an award somewhere. I swear to fucking God. I think someone got an award for Talk to Me, and it was like an actor.
I don't know if he's like on the mind though.
No, probably not. But like, who is?
That was interesting.
The kid who gets possessed and
I can't even.
The kid who has like the worst fortune in the movie, greatest misfortune.
Is it him? No.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, it's him. Okay. Yeah, we'll put him on the list. Megan, the girl from Megan.
Didn't see it.
I don't care. We'll put her in.
You just don't care.
We'll put in the kid from Flora and Son, Violet McGraw from Megan, and Iman Vellani from the Marvels because people really like her even though they don't like the movie.
Yeah, and she's young. I didn't know that
she counts young. As being. Wait, what? Is she not young?
I don't know.
Ugh, this is so stupid. Oh no, she's young enough. She's
very young.
She counts. All right, that's fine. We did it. We predicted the Critics' Choice.
Well done to us.
They're not on Gold Derby, so I don't even know what the top sixes are considered because Gold Derby doesn't do that anymore.
Wow,
they just stopped doing it.
Really, a gap that my app could fill.
Yeah,
but not
next year.
Next year,
I can't wait to see what people are predicting on your app for Critics' Choice. That'd be really fun to see.
Yeah, and we'll have Golden Globes and everything.
Yeah,
next year though.
All right, well, get ready for the reactions, which will be tomorrow by the time you're watching this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.
How will you feel when you're the Critics' Choice?